Now that story is not unique. Joining me now is Darlene Kostrup. Hello, Executive Director of the Palm Beach County Literacy Coalition.
Good evening.
And Marshall Skinner, and you're the Director of the Vocational Adult and Community Education for Martin County School District.
Yes.
Darlene, I know this program is under your direction, but her story, Laura's story, is really not a unique one. There's so many people out there that really need this kind of help, isn't there?
That is so true. Throughout Palm Beach County and certain Martin County, all over South Florida, there are many, many people like Laura whose lives can be changed dramatically if they just have the opportunity to get involved in literacy or adult education.
And Marshall, what I found out in Belle Glade is, you know, it's such an influx of immigrants in both Palm Beach and Martin counties that these classes are really the difference between them making it or not. Is it the same in your county?
Yes, I think anyone coming to our area faces the challenge of trying to become fluent in English and reading. And it is such a key factor for people as they go forward to make a better life for themselves. And unfortunately, a lot of people bring young children with them and they become the first teachers for these children. And that's a real exciting thing for us to think that we're serving the whole family, the parent and the child, with our literacy program.
And that is when I did not know that that occurred until I saw this program. And one of the things that the mothers told me is there is no way they'd be able to take the classes if their preschoolers couldn't come with them because their husbands or their significant others are working 10, 12, 13 hours. So how daunting of a task, though, and I'll start with Darlene, you get a few moments, is it to kind of coordinate these programs? Because we should mention it's not just immigrants. There's plenty of native-born people who unfortunately don't have the education it takes to get a great job. So is it a daunting task with the immigration, you know, on top of that?
Well, certainly the biggest challenge is really just getting the word out to let adults who need help know that there is free help available. And there are classes that are available both in learning, certainly English, but also in learning reading and basic skills and in preparing for the GED. So all levels of help are available.
And I know, Marshall, you do adult, but there's also plenty of need for kids as well.
Yes, we're primarily an adult operation. We have centers throughout all Martin County. We have 5 adult learning centers, and we have some family learning centers where we bring the whole family together to be educated. And we do serve the preschool, and with universal pre-K throughout the whole school districts. Now we are serving the preschool children.
And I was going to bring that up in a moment, but first I want to remind people that we're here because you saw the stories, you saw them. But we are trying to make viewers that are sitting at home, perhaps kind of startled by some of what you're hearing, actually get off the couch and call us. The number's going to appear on your screen so that the people here who have all this expertise and they've brought in volunteers that are manning our phone bank can get you the information you need. If you want to be a volunteer, if you want to be a donor, or if you know someone who needs one of these classes that you saw the story about or are wondering if there are other classes in your area. It's so much information, but it's one phone call. You'll see the number on your screen. You can get all of that information by calling our phone bank. And the great news is you can also ask your own questions, because I have plenty, but you probably have ones that are more tuned to your own family. So ask the questions to our phone bank, and they'll pass them on to us. One startling number that I read in researching is the federal government says for every child that can't read and drops out of school, it costs the taxpayer $3,000 to the tune of $32 billion. That's billion with a B. I was blown away, and that kind of brought it home to me. Why should I carry? My kids are blessed. They go to school, they learn to read. But there are plenty out there that are costing me and my money, you know, because they can't. I mean, is that part of why you're doing this?
Very, very true, because I always say, really, if you look at all the social problems that are out there, whether it's crime, welfare, juvenile delinquency, teenage pregnancy, the lack of literacy skills is often a root cause. So if we can attack literacy and really do intervention early with children as well as parents, we can address all of those social issues.
And Marshall, one of the things I found when in talking to some of the adults is there's a myriad of reasons why they don't search or go to the class. Pride, obviously, which is a big one. Ignorance of that the classes exist, and not realizing that just that few extra words of English or communication can help them, you know, proceed or progress in their job. Once they're in there, do you find they really love it?
I was in a classroom today evaluating one of our teachers, and There were 18 young ladies with most of them parents, about 14 children in our child care center. But what was really exciting for me is that there were 6 different countries represented, along with Native American people and English people, that we're there doing what we can for as many people as we possibly can. But it's intergenerational. I think if we're going to make an impact here, we have to start with the family, but we have to work our way down to the children and get them prepared to come to school.